Welcome back, I am Ari and I recently played Birushana. Today I present to you my route review for Noritsune. It's the first one I'm doing on the game, this is in the route order, but before we go into it, let me just explain a few things. At first I'm gonna talk about my impressions and expectations. Usually there is a common route before the normal routes, and I try to keep my first observations to the stuff that I saw in there. In this game we kind of don't have that, we have kind of shared chapters, so I kind of decided to feel around where they split up the most, so that would be kind of chapter 3 or chapter 4. For Noritsune, his route only starts at chapter 4, so this is where I drew the line, and I started writing up notes for this shared route before it, before we go into his actual route. So those are what I'm gonna take for my first impressions in the common route as a stand-in. After talking about what I saw in there, I will continue into his actual route while still leaving out spoilers. I'm just gonna talk about what I felt and thought and what is kind of notable in it without spoiling it. After that I will go into mild spoilers about what I found notable and then into possibly some real spoilers. I don't think it's gonna happen in this review, but we'll see. Before I mention anything spoilery, I will let you know though. My goal is really to talk about dynamics between the main character and the love interest and try to give you a feel for the route itself. And after all of this, I will give my personal rating on Noritsune's route and his character and how much I liked him as a love interest. Alright, so let's go. Again, first impressions up until chapter 4. Here's what I got. Noritsune is really hot-headed. He's smart, but sometimes short-sighted in his plans. I felt like he had what I call a burning heart for honor and self-improvement, and thus he is really competitive. He is kinda lost and unhappy in his identity, which he wants to fix, which is really admirable in my opinion. And he's undeterred by setbacks and situations that are out of his control. He's also good-hearted and not easily swayed to take an easier path when he knows the right one is hard, and he's really independent. As you can already hear from all of these combined, he's just a magnet for trouble, and that's kind of all I can say without going into his route. Now I'm gonna present to you what I thought and what I saw when I played the route. So first I want to just say that his new outfit is just like, he's basically the definition of new outfit, new guy. I really seriously like his outfit that he gets in his route. I also really liked how he changed, but we will get to that. So his story is pretty good, but really tragic. It has quite a slow build up to romance, but I really liked the dichotomy between the main character and him. I found it kind of funny, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, that he just showed up at the worst of times. I waited so long for him to show up, and when he did, then I was like, oh my god, why now? But yeah, his route is definitely very dramatic, but I kind of like that. Actually, while we're on the point, it was also really angsty, and I also really like that. I don't usually, or like, I don't always, let's put it like that. So I actually really loved the scene in Burning Kyoto. I'm not gonna say any more on that though. And I also found it really cute that when they have time to spend together, the main character and Noritsune, so basically Shanao and Noritsune, then their bonding time is really sincere. So it made up for any waiting time. But I was still waiting for romance, even though the angst was a pretty good replacement, I'm not gonna lie. As a side note on that, through the route I have gotten a much better understanding of Tomomori now, and it really makes me like him more. He's kinda tragic, but I like it. I actually really do love him. And I'm so looking forward to playing him, but it's a long way off, so yeah, I just wanted to get that out of my system basically. I really liked how Noritsune's character grows so damn much in his route. And really the only downside I saw was I felt really bad for my friends and vassals while playing it. This is definitely a route where you can get a headache from all the things that go wrong and slap you in the face and twists that come along. I'm not sure if it stays like that when you play multiple routes. I'm not sure, because some of these events could possibly take place again. So I'm really not sure about that part, if it's just the effect the first route has or every route has, because these are historical events, right? So like some of these are bound to just show up again, but I'm not sure if they will play out the same way. I have to say though, this route definitely sent me crying, and I was really not expecting that at the points that it did. So I'm gonna talk more about that in the spoiler section, I guess. Yeah, but the weird thing is, this is the first route that I played in Birushana, but I still kind of felt this might earn the best writing award, so I'm not sure yet if I have gauged the game correctly, if just every route will be just exceptionally well written, or if this just really pulled at my heartstrings specifically, right? So I cannot say that. I can only say that after playing one or two other routes, and then I guess I'm gonna come back at it. I mean, you will see it in my game review video if this route actually got the best writing award, but it definitely is a contender in my eyes. And that's kind of all I can say without going into spoilers. So I'm gonna say goodbye to you for those. Now we will actually venture into the interesting territory that is more specific, but not completely specific. I'm spoiling not a lot actually, this time at least. So I'm gonna get it straight out because I just need to say it. It was a bit sad that he didn't know the main character was a woman for so long, or that he didn't want to realize it. It was kind of annoying. I guess he realized it sooner than we heard, but still, it was like I felt that what was going on for too long. At least when I played it. Now looking back, it was okay. They made up for it, but it's still pretty slow. Like the romance is such a slow burn, which I only rarely like. So I guess that's my 2 cents. I'm kind of biased. The story itself, I mean, it's not hard to say. It's enemies to lovers, rivals to lovers, or enemies to lovers, whatever you prefer. I really liked how calm and humble he got throughout the story, like pretty early on already. And I also kind of wanted to draw a parallel to Romeo and Juliet, but it's kind of wrong because this is actually, I'm sorry, but it's written better. So take out of that what you want. I guess something that would be better as a comparison, because it's actually not a complete comparison by a long shot, but like if I would try to compare it to something better, then it would, I guess, be the Romeo x Juliet anime, which kind of tries something similar. Yeah, anyway, I was kind of annoyed with where the romance went, or like how long I had to wait for it. It started pretty late. I mean, really late. I'm not sure if that will be the case for the other routes. Maybe, probably, I don't know. But I was annoyed at some points about it, but I guess I was well entertained in the others. I had a big oof at the murder cliff. But I mean, at this point, I was wondering what the deranged guy would do. But I kind of was still surprised that it was this harsh. I did not see it coming. I'm actually pretty happy that all the guys that I thought would be the enemies, or like the nemesis, or like the bad guys in the story, were not actually the real bad guys. We always got another bad guy that I did not see coming like that. And it was really entertaining. And really dramatic at points. I mean, I already said I really liked the angst in this route. It made up for a lot of it, in my opinion. If you don't like the angst at all, you will probably be a little bit disappointed in this route, I guess. So on that note of villains, if I can come back to it, I really hated Tokuko so much. She's just so dumb and arrogant. In big fat letters on my notes, it's just written, I hate Tokuko so much. And right under it is like, what? No, because you know what happened. Anyway, like I said, this route made me cry a lot. Actually, it made me cry more than I thought. I didn't cry throughout it, but at the end it started slow and I didn't even realize it, but at some point I must have started sobbing, actual sobbing, and it became so bad that somebody actually came in and checked in on me because they were worried. So yeah, think what you will, but I found this situation absolutely hilarious because, again, spoiler, meanwhile, Shanao and Noritsune are just duking it out and having their time of their life, literally. But it's just so tragic that I just sobbed. I just cried while reading it. I felt so bad for them. But yeah, I guess what I'm saying is it was intense. I really liked the route, and that's kind of all I wanted to say, and all I have for Noritsune. I was blown away by this character. I did not expect to like him that much, and the expectations for the next routes are high, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess we're now gonna rate Noritsune, and this will be hard. Here we are, and I'm still kind of lost. I finished this route today, a few hours ago, and I'm still lost because, like, okay, I'm just gonna cut this short. I'm not sure if I find him perfect or if we're just a happy couple, because I actually think they clicked so well, and I really like the angst and everything, but there's just not enough romance, really. They were just getting to the good stuff, right? It was just such a slow burn. Yeah, actually, now that I'm saying it, I guess they're just a happy couple. I really liked his growth. He was so well written, like everything was so good. But as a romance story, I don't know if I would be happy with it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess he just has all the good qualities, but we actually didn't see a lot of him in a lover role. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Actually, then he should be here. I'm really sorry though if I do this. I feel really bad about it. I want him to be at least here. But I guess maybe if there's a fan list, and I hope and I think that there will be a fan list at some point. Yeah, now that I think about it, I guess this would be right. Huh. Kind of weird to see a route that I liked so much in this category, but I guess it happens to the best of us. Anyhow, next up is Benkei in the recommended route orders. I already played until his chapter 3, so I have a vague idea. I actually already made my notes for him for the first impressions, and I think we're gonna have a great review on him too, and I'm gonna see you when it's time for that. Until then, bye!
来たか。刀を抜け。俺には何も残ってはいない。貴様との約束以外にはな。それもここで終わりだ。ああ、そうだ。俺の命の使い道は貴様との勝負と決めている。来い。貴様。悪いな、出遅れたようだ。ふん、そうか。ならばさっさと片付けるぞ。